Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're returning Sabi, you're new here, hello and welcome back. It's so good to have you back, my lovely. Please do make sure that you consider subscribing if you're not subscribed yet. So this is the interview that I had at Focus FM in case you missed it. So I recorded it for you guys, and I did lose the intro somewhere somehow, but this is your intro, guys. Okay, I love you guys so much, to the moon and back. I hope you enjoy this, and yeah. So in this interview, I'm basically just talking about my life, my entrepreneurial journey, and all things that I do, charity work, and all that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you leave a comment, a thumbs up, and let me know what you like most and what you've learned about me in this interview. I guess. So yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side of this video.
110%. We do love local music and international music, you should know. Those are the sounds of ASAP Rocky featuring her own queen herself in the music video. But she wasn't saying much. She was just saying, bam, bam, boom, boom, bam, bam, stop it, Zeddy. And that is with the bad girl Riri herself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to bad girl Riri. She's pregnant. Once again, another bun in the oven.
Definitely.
She's baking it up. She's baking it up. I feel like she's working night shift for real. But speaking about those who are working night shift to secure the actual bag instead of kids, you know why? Ayesha to Alvina. Is it Alvinus?
Alvinus.
Yes, Alvinus is the statistics graduate who's currently pursuing her honors in business administration final year. She is a content creator, creative director, and fashion designer. She's the CEO of Ayesha Investment CC and currently director at Yambeka Charity Foundation, which is 2 years since its inception. Really did a lot of communities, did a lot for the communities, and they serve in Tumeb, Vintuk, Valfispe, wherever you need them to serve, they are within Akiri. So Aye Couture was founded in 2016. The brand creates immaculate, ready-to-wear and couture fashion garments for both men and women and gender non-conforming. Aye Couture is a brand that is not only dedicated to sustainable fashion, but also gives back to the community. Over the years, they have partnered with individuals and other entrepreneurs to give back to societies, especially children in need, and that is awesome. I'm talking, that is somebody who is focused on to say, I'm not only focused on making a bag, but I'm also focused on taking this bag and placing it in communities that are in need, right? So I definitely love that for her. Aye Couture strives to empower people in in our community by offering paid crash courses for beginners and advanced students in fashion designing, and by creating employment opportunities for the youth. To say you will not suffer when you graduate or when you want to become fashion designer or fashion killer like Ayesha Rocky is saying. You just come to me and make you fashion designer. What do you mean? Ladies and gentlemen, gender non-conforming Aye Couture, the queen herself, a phenomenal queen, hardworking, somebody in her bag. And I'm talking somebody with beauty and brains, okay? Welcome to this first class flight. This is Focus FM.
Thank you so much, Lady Nate. It's so lovely to be here. I'm sitting here and I'm like, is that me? All that is me.
Okay. That is all you, indeed. That is all you. First and foremost, to break the ice, the Duchess and I were like, what question could we ask to break the ice? And we were like, how would you describe yourself using 4 emojis?
Okay, that was unexpected. Definitely a love emoji. I'm a love bubble. I love love. I love giving love, and anybody that knows me knows I love love, and I love spreading love. And I think one of those emotional emojis, because I'm an expressive person, articulative, but also like my face betrays me. It goes before whatever I say. I have the emotional intelligence to not say what I want, but my face always goes like, nah girl.
Okay, so it's the heart, the emotional face, okay?
Yeah, and then food, love food.
Damn,
I was waiting. I was gonna be like, maybe that's something else from number 4, and I'm like, oh God, hasn't mentioned the food.
A food emoji, and somewhere in there have to be airplane or transport emoji because I love traveling.
You know what I'm saying? You love to catch flights.
Yes, so
I
just
guess this is
one
what
of
you do.
those.
Definitely.
So I think those four,
Yeah. Okay, so that's the heart, emotional
Food.
emoji, the food one, and catching flights and not feeling sad.
Yeah.
We are traveling. But you recently had a reveal of your latest work, which was a very gorgeous wedding gown, as we all know. What was the reaction of the beautiful bride when she saw her dress, which is your masterpiece?
Well, she was ecstatic. I mean, it's her dream wedding dress, and it's
Yes.
exactly what she wanted. So she was very
To
very
say
happy.
what I ordered and what I got.
Got
You know what I'm
exactly. So she was very happy, and for me, it was a very fulfilling experience because
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to create garments and see people just happy and
Yeah.
you have brought their vision to life, and for me that was like a really really big moment. And I've obviously done weddings before, I've done brides before, but every new bride, it's a new sense of happiness, it's a thrive, it's a thrill. So I really really loved that. She was happy and she's a friend now. So we are friends now.
I will never let
Yeah, so we're friends now, we're good friends now.
Oh, that's lovely. We love it for you. We love it for her. We are very happy to see that and to hear that she had a very good reaction because we love it on this side.
we really love it. When we were going through your page, we're like, ooh.
Every time you're like,
you know what I mean? 110%. And because we are speaking fashion, you know, this is the e-biz where we talk lifestyle, fashion, money, business, entertainment, everything. And today we're speaking fashion. So I want to know, how would you describe fashion in your own words?
I think fashion has a different meaning to all of us,
Yes.
obviously. But I think at the core of fashion is, I don't want fashion to be a defined term. It has to be something that you personalize yourself.
Yes.
Fashion is how you express yourself in the most expressive way that you can.
Yeah.
So fashion to me might be a crop top and, you know, something very stylish. For you, it might be a timeless piece, like a little black dress.
Yes.
So I think fashion is not it's not a universal thing. It's very personal. You define what fashion is for you, and I don't like the concept of fashion has to be certain way. Yeah, and I think it's also something I've learned on my designer journey, that people have different tastes and people actually look nice in different things.
100%.
So yeah, I think that's fashion for me. It's a very personalized taste in choice of clothing and expressive. Or how you express yourself,
110%. I love that.
Yeah.
And you know, I love the way that you put your words together, which really just makes me then wonder, like, you know, have you always wanted to be a fashion designer? Why did you decide to take the route of fashion designing as a career? Because I mean, you don't study it.
Yeah.
The girl is in her final year of business administration, so we really need
And a
to know.
statistics graduate.
Yes,
Yeah, so okay, funny story. So this is what happened. So my mom is a tailor, right? And growing up, I've always liked tailoring things and playing around with things. But I've always wanted to be a radio girl. Radio was my dream. I wanted to be a presenter.
We are looking for co-presenters. Okay.
Yeah, so radio has always been like, I always felt like I'm going to be a presenter on TV or radio. So somewhere in between, I must find myself. And so grade 8, we were told to basically draw what you wanted to become, right? Mm-hmm. Or depict it, but in pictorial. And I could not draw a dress. And so the dress I drew was very hideous, and my classmates laughed. They were like, yeah, no, you can never become a designer. And I think since that day, because I'm such a driven person, I always want to live, literally, I just want to, everything I put my mind to it, I must achieve it. So from that day, it was just like, I need to show those people and myself that I can actually become a fashion designer. And fashion designing is more than just drawing and sketching. So for me, that's how it initially started. And so so when I finished high school, I got to varsity, I started making cute clothes that I would wear to campus.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, oh, who did that for you? I'll be like, myself. And then they became my customers. So yeah, that's how the brand was born, basically.
110%. I love it for you because you know what? I am fully motivated to even, continue with my passion for fashion. I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. But my parents were just like, no, that will not be practical. And what will you design that is already not there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know how they say, a lot of African parents say that, fashion is all about making revealing clothes and or clothes that are just not normal and whatever. So why would I want to be a part of that? How God would like this and that. And you just like, and that whole story is just so motivational because you're just like, you drew something, it didn't come to life in that moment. And in that moment, people were like, no, we're going to pull her down. And we need to stop this pull her down system, guys. We need
and
to
also,
stop
and
that
it
system.
was actually bad because so there was another girl in my class that was really good at sketching.
Yes.
So they were like, she's the fashion designer, okay?
Yeah.
And I think that because it's one thing to fail, but it's failing in contrast to somebody else, that's also another type of failure.
Yes.
So I think that also kind of haunted me in a manner because it was, you just haven't failed, but you have failed and now you're being compared to somebody that succeeded at sketching properly. So yeah, that was also just one of those moments where I was like, I need to do this.
But I love the fact that you stayed motivated. And because of that, we are going to head into a musical break, and that is with Normani coming through with motivation.
Focus FM 89.0 FM. Normani.
So we are talking to Ayesha herself, the queen.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what she came? She's like, hi, I'm Ayesha. I'm just like, girl, we know who you are. You don't have to introduce yourself. What you mean? So when you sparked into your creative self, who were the role models that you looked up to and how did they inspire you?
So, beginning of my career, I didn't really know any fashion designers locally, so I was watching a lot of Misha on YouTube. So a lot of Misha, and as time evolved and the brand started evolving, then I started looking up to Roberto Schultz, Synergy. Those are some of the people that I can really say I drew inspiration from. Also Proud by Pewa, M&M, those brands, and I really liked what they stood for and their garments, the quality of their garments, and just the creativity that flew through the garments. So those are some of the local designers, and obviously Gert Coetzee. There's so many, honestly, there's so many. And lately I've been drawing a lot of inspiration from the Nigerians, really.
I saw a Nigerian collection.
Yes. So I've been doing a lot of inspiration lately from the Nigerian designers, AC, Prudence. So yeah, those designers, they've been like my inspiration, but also because they've really been creating elegant garments. And when I say elegant, I mean clean stitches. The craftsmanship is absolutely clean and just elegant. So yeah, also just that how when they document their journeys of how they become and build this big fashion brands in their countries, you see that they've almost just the same struggles that I have. They have the same aspirations also, because when you look at what they've accomplished, those are things that I want to accomplish. So yeah, but also locally there are some peers that I look up to, or that I also think that are very creative. Castle Designs, Praise Creations. There's so many really. I don't want to now not mention one and then it's an issue. But yeah, there are honestly a lot that I feel like are doing great things.
Yes.
Definitely love it, and this is how you know the hand knows what she's talking about.
You know,
because like she mentioned the stitches
all
and
the
stuff.
brands,
Oh my God. Yes, I was like, I forgot people really do look at those things.
Yes, the hemming, the ironing, is it flatly hemmed, is it? So all those things are really important.
So you know you're getting yourself dressed by Aye, you know you're in good hands right there.
But
you know what I'm saying? How would you put your content creation and your personal style together creatively?
So I I really try to take myself out of the creative process because I always feel like it does impair your creativity in executing the client's vision because you have bias. And unfortunately, when you put yourself in that creativity, in as much as you want to have a signature thing of yours, like I said, fashion for me is a very personal thing. So I try by all means not to really put in much of my personal style, yes, and just let the creativity flow from what the client wants and execute their vision as best as they want for their specific style. So that's why when you go on my page, there is no specific set of clothing because I have a variety, binary, non-binary type of clients. So I really just do what is best for a certain individual, not as
Like not drawing from yourself.
not drawing from myself.
No,
Yes,
I love it because you know what? Let's just be very honest. Sometimes if you do get to fashion designers, they like to implement or impose their ideas on your already. You know, you have a vision. Magic. And that's what I'm saying. If you go to Ayesha, you're in the best hands because nothing listens to you and she knows what she's talking about, of course.
And that is true, and obviously that is part of being a part of the skill set of a designer. You know, they need to be able to remove themselves and put you first and then deliver the work, right? So what other skills according to you are also necessary for a successful fashion designer?
Number one, a lot of emotional intelligence. You need that because I've really I've realized early on in my career that you need to have a lot of emotional intelligence because you meet people from all sets of life. You know, you meet people with that are differently able than you, that have different comprehension skills than you, and so if you have emotional intelligence, you know how to navigate those conversations, you know how to navigate situations much easier. I also feel like you need to have good listening skills. You need to have good listening skills, good negotiation skills, because most of the time clients would come to you, but also just not in terms of monetary, but also negotiating for them to give and take. Or sometimes, yes, the client has this brilliant idea and the vision that they want you to execute, but you also know, for example, their body shape, for example, the material of the garment that they want being used. So it's also negotiating with them. You need to give and take when it comes to saying, okay, no, I think maybe we can use this instead of this. And, so negotiating skills definitely is a must have. And also just great people skills. You need to know how to speak to people, when to speak to them, how to address situations, and also most importantly, you need to have boundaries, because when you don't have boundaries, people put out boundaries for you. So so you need to have boundaries. So those are just some, not everything, some, but
skills that
some of the skills that you definitely need.
So that is emotional intelligence, communication, like proper client communication skills, negotiation skills, as well as
boundaries, terms and conditions, and they need to be black and white. Okay, they need to be in black and white.
Before our musical break, what else do you have to us?
I saw that there's something fluttering over there by the offerings of sewing lessons and classes. Listen, girl, I think I might just, after this interview, that just has to get her skills. So tell us more about that.
Okay, so when I started fashion designing, like I said, outside of the tailoring that my mom did, I didn't really have anybody that I could consult with whenever I was stuck or anything. I didn't have access to where I could learn a short course instead of a long course. Now I remember I was in school, I was studying, so I couldn't take on another course. So initially my plan was I wanted to find something I can do for a week, 2 weeks, or just a weekend where I can learn how to do certain things. So I think that was one of my stumbling blocks in my journey to being a designer. So I felt like coming up with crash courses and classes to help other people that want to find means of being creative. Also because sometimes it's really expensive to take up a 6 months class, so sometimes it's much cheaper if you do it like the classes that we have. So it's a crash course for the weekend, sometimes a week, and then you have 3 months mentorship. This mentorship entails your being, if you need advice on how to cut a certain pattern, if you need advice on a certain fabric that you need to use, so you have somebody that you can go to and actually ask for help, and they will help you with those things. And those are things that I did not have, because my mom she does a lot of traditional garments. Yes, so it's not the same as the things I wanted to do. So I really did not have somebody, and only later did I actually find Nicolene Damage Designs, and that's my girlie. I just need to shout her out. I just need to say Damage Design is the girlie, because she actually offered to help me, and she really did help me with when I was stuck. She was like she is like the big sister in the industry that I can consult and say hi, like so I just shout out to her. But I did not have that from the onset. I really came to Nicolene was somebody I found like 2-3 years ago that I could say like, okay, she really does help me. But before that, I didn't have anybody, and that's why for me and for the brand Ayesha, it was very important that we come up with these classes that can empower people to take short courses, gain skills, and have mentorship after those classes, so that they're able to bring their dreams and their visions and their designs to life.
Lovely.
The Duchess.
Hey, my dear.
The Duchess.
Round of applause.
Please, I beg. Please.
Because it has a lot. Okay, I don't know what you are doing, and if you are not focused, then you will be left in the dirt. You will be left in the dust, honey. There you heard it from the lady herself. Please make sure to hit her up, guys. This is going to be beneficial for those who are trying to run a step also in her light, you understand? And you will definitely have a great mentor by your side, helping you throughout all your journeys. Bye for now, because we are also just bringing in the sounds of Showtime 837 coming through with Milola, because definitely this is a round of applause right here.
Give her flowers while she's still alive.
Exactly. Do not touch that dial.
We love local music.
Showtime. I don't know if you should watch this guy live.
Really?
It's exhilarating. Like,
Oh, really?
It's crazy. I'm talking Showtime's live performance is everything. And we were, the Duchess just caught me gossiping about
Yes, no, but I love it because it was the energy in your voice.
Yes, she was giving the flowers.
Guys, it's scintillating. It's crazy. It's exhilarating. But like I'm telling you, when Showtime is on stage. And I'm talking either with a DJ or a live band. He brings the fire and coal to the stage. I'm telling you. But speaking about giving people their flowers, we are here to give Ayesha her flowers. You know what I'm saying? But we love you, Showtime, but we're here for Ayesha. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a vintage girly. Like, I love to be in vintage. In fact, I just love dressing up. Like, I love playing dress up. And I see you have a vintage collection in one of your highlights. I went through your vintage. I went through everything. I was like, okay. So there's a highlights for vintage clothing, and it's like ready to wear, very ready. And what will it take to be your model? Like, what will it take to model your collection?
Okay, so I really just people do come up to me to say, hey, I'd like to model for you. I'm not really picky and choosy to say, but I think just somebody that resonates with the brand, somebody that follows the brand, somebody that understands the brand, the essence, and also just somebody that understands how I want my vision to be executed. Because at the end of the day, when I'm not dealing with clients and I'm doing things for Ayesha Couture, that I'm very precise and concise, so I like things done a certain way. And so it's somebody that just understands my work ethic and don't think I'm trying to be bougie or something, and they actually understand and take the brand seriously, because I feel like most of the problems or issues that you have is when you're dealing with people and they just want to do mediocre because they want nice pictures, they just want to do mediocre because they want nice pictures or whatsoever. But for me, it's so important also because, like, the photographer that I work with, shout out to Stoffel's photography, he is definitely the best, and when he works. So I need people that actually matches that energy. So that's basically the criteria. I'm not really picky on body, because if you check through my page, even my models, they're plus size. I don't have like you need to be a silhouette with a glass hour. That's not for me. But you just need to understand the brand and align to the principles and the goal and the vision of the brand.
And I want to find out. Do you also offer services such as renting out the outfits for shoots, for example?
Yes, definitely. So we do have rental of garments. So yeah, if you want something in you're on a budget, girlies, we have to be on budget. Okay, even if you have money, you just want to save that extra money if you can. For the soft life, Nyana, because now you're actually here buying a dress for 3,000, but now you don't have
the money.
You don't have a money. You don't have a money to pop the bottle with this 3K dress. You get. So sometimes also because some clients don't want something they're going to keep, because also, like I said, we practice sustainable fashion, and this is one of the aspects where we really put it into practice, because now we're creating garments that are going to be reused and not disposed of once, because there's this thing of clients would wear a dress and once they've taken pictures in it, it's basically irrelevant anymore. But when we have rentals, it does allow that dress to have a longer lifespan and more people can use it, whilst saving people money.
Definitely, because Monday, it's about thinking of the economy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're in a recess,
yeah.
So,
but still looking as fashionable as you can, being dressed by Ayesha, of course. So, what I'm hearing, Lady May, is that you must be
Within Nigeria.
Yeah, Akiri.
So I'm just going to go and check that highlight one more time. We just pick an outfit. Then we go to bank. We check balance. We check a balance card rent. And then we go to Stoffel photography. And we just be like,
yes.
Okay, these are big.
I beg.
That's what to look what's on your page.
Yeah, he'll come through for you. He'll come through for you. So yeah, that's really the initiative. It was to create sustainable fashion, but also something that is affordable for the girlies that are on a budget.
Yeah.
And when I mean girlies that are on a budget, I mean me myself. So yeah, that was really the idea behind the rental of garments. So yeah, we do have a few. We're currently working on restocking and redesigning new designs for the rentals, but we do have some in stock where people can rent. So yeah, you have a birthday and you're on a project, but you want to still look cute. Come through, pull through.
I need something red for Saturday evening, as I'll be hosting. So
They were just like, okay, now listen, this is what.
Yeah, no. But I think that was supposed to happen a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know, but
they say good things come to those who wait. So I waited for you.
Yeah.
I waited for. Emma has been telling me about your brand. I think since last year, I was looking for an outfit for the MTC Excellence Awards, and she was like, my sister does, because Emma does my nails. Shout out to M's galore. Love
it. Our nail tech.
You know what I mean? So she was like, no, my sister, she does comments and everything. You should definitely check her out. Then I checked out your page and I was like, ooh, it's really expensive. It's screaming expensive. And
it's screaming a lot of hundreds.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, the girl is in her bag and she definitely deserves all those hundreds, and I wouldn't want to be the one to come up to him like,
yeah, but also because there's a lot that goes into the creative process, and also just building a brand, because I think ultimately what customers don't understand is that you're not just selling a product, you're selling a brand and a service. So you're not just paying for the dress to be stitched, you're buying the brand Ayesha Couture, you're buying into the service. Yeah, so that's why it doesn't come.
I love what you think, and you also being a young, beautiful lady, the way that you are. Guys, I'm telling you, the woman is stunning. That is why it is shining out there. You see there by the sun, Manje. It is her that is bringing all of this. But definitely, with you being very young, and just we definitely see the influence that you have. Is there something that you could change, if there was something that you could change in the fashion industry? What would that be?
I think in the fashion industry, it will definitely be gatekeeping, because I feel like a lot of I don't know if it's gatekeeping as per se, or maybe a lack of a better term, but I feel like a lot of events are centered around certain businesses. Other businesses are not given opportunities, especially up and coming business fashion designers. They're not given certain opportunities, and those opportunities are constantly being given to the same people over and over. So I think that would be the only thing that I would really change, and also just to create spaces where other entrepreneurs and aspiring fashion designers can thrive in. Like I said, that's why I came up with the initiative of coming of these classes, sewing classes, so that other people that want to become fashion designers have a platform and opportunity to learn, and also just someone they can learn from, so that they also have a network and a community. Because now you're coming to a class, you already have 5 friends in the industry, okay? And that's something I struggle to make. Now I do have industry friends, but also it's very hard. So I think just the gatekeeping, because when opportunities come, it's always the same people, and you're like, okay, we all applied, but okay, so you don't know if it's a thing of you don't meet the criteria, or it's strictly gatekeeping. Because the fashion community in Namibia is quite tight knitted, okay? You kind of need to like elbow people to like squeeze into that center. So if you get what I mean. But yeah, that's
what you would change.
Yeah.
No, 110%. So to divert away from fashion, so I mean, we've been speaking fashion. I just want to talk a little bit on your initiatives that you do in and around Namibia, that is Yambeka Charity Foundation. I just want to know a little bit more on that, and my question on top of getting to know more on that, is it open for volunteers, like some of us would like to be a part of the foundation?
Okay, so we'll start off with Yambeka, and then I'll move on to what Ayesha does in its So Yambeka Charity Foundation was founded, I think, 2-3 years ago, and I am one of the directors. So we're a couple of people that are directing, and what we do is we source funds for the very needy in certain communities. So we are on social media, Yambeka Charity Foundation, Facebook, Instagram. So if you do know people that are in need, or you do know people that need to help out people, then they don't know where to start, then Yambeka Foundation is definitely the place that can help you facilitate you to meet the people that actually have the need for whatever resources you have. So that's what we do. Over the past 2-3 years, we have done outreach programs. We have built toilets for learners that did not have access to facilities like toilets. We have given school clothes, school uniforms, school jerseys, clothes. We have reached out to our healthcare workers, our frontline workers, just to thank them for the work that they've done. So we've really been trying to just, we have done kitchen soups, we have given out food to the needy. So honestly, the foundation has been doing so much work, incredible work, and we are open to volunteers. We actually don't have volunteers. We do have a few, but obviously they are also flexible. So if you are willing to volunteer your time, your expertise, it doesn't always have to be your physical time. Maybe you are very good at marketing and you want to create our graphics for us. That's also something that is amazing, because you're still doing part of your corporate social responsibility. So that's pretty much about the foundation. But we have been doing really, really amazing work. You can check us out on the socials at Yambeka Charity Foundation. So for Ayesha Investments, what we have done since 2017 is we have partnered with an orphanage or a safety home, or Lindy Place of Safety, and what we do is we have annual Christmas party for the kids. So yes, so cute. Thank you. Thank you. So what we do is we just reach out to businesses, individuals that are willing to partner with us, and we get resources together. So we buy gifts and just have a Christmas for the kids. And also throughout the year, we do have organized some fun days where we go play with the kids, help the kids with homework, cook for them, just so that the home attendants or the caretakers also have like an off day. So pretty much that's what we've been doing since 2017, and we've also partnered with Samuel Kapepo. he runs a kitchen soup from Ombili, so we also do volunteer. We also do give some resources and essentials that they need for the kitchen soup, just to feed kids from that community, Ombili, Kuriangava, Havana. So yeah, that's pretty much what Ayekutu and Ayesha Investment has been doing on that front. So, and it's something that we're really, really passionate about, helping people that are in need.
Well, I would like to say that the e-biz as well as the market watch from Focus FM, I know would be highly interested in taking part of being a part of your foundation, and we would definitely love to be a part of the volunteers where we can, show up as Focus FM.
Yes, definitely.
Why not?
Love it,
Love
love
it.
it.
Radio station,
Yes,
and
yes.
why not show up
Definitely.
for the community and be a part of that?
Of the
So
community,
live on
yes.
air, I would like to say that we will be a part of your collaboration.
Yes,
for this
thank
year.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes,
thank you
yes,
so
yes.
much.
And that is with Baby Shah, Rich Auntie Ori, the Duchess, and your captain, of course, Lady Nay.
Thank you
know
so
what I'm
much.
saying?
I mean, yeah, you do want to invest in the communities that are investing in you.
Yes.
And I couldn't think of a better way to do it than helping the less vulnerable and less privileged of our society. So I'm really, really thankful that you guys are partnering with us to do this.
Because there's something that I said, and maybe it was the vibrations that I was feeling.
The chakras.
I always said it, guys. I was like, 2023, I feel something in the air now.
In the
I don't know
air.
what it is, but it's coming, and it has definitely arrived.
Right.
Because, guys, we are focused on definitely encouraging and building, motivating and uplifting our local entities, businesses, everything, manje, because this is the year for change, definitely. But just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the lady with the eye for clothing and creations has graced us, all right? Please do make sure to keep up with her amazing and extraordinary pieces, masterpieces, not just pieces, masterpieces, okay? You never know. You may just be lucky and get dressed by her. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink, 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 honey. But, my love, thank you so much.
Yes.
Ayekutu. Now, I want to say, but how do we do it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached our destination. We were joined by Ayekutu.
That is so cute. And know you guys are so in sync, cute.
Focus FM is always here for you, Mama. Thank you so much. This is wishing you more success and prosperity for your brand and legacy, of course. And now we will be going into the sounds of lioness. Because definitely we are looking on sleep with you. Definitely, I Focus FM.
Focus FM.